For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jeff Vincent. I am the inside sales manager here at ACDI. I do see a lot of our big name partners out there in the audience today, as well as several of my favorite partners to work with. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for your partnership with ACDI. This webinar is a twice a month opportunity for us to gather, discuss ACDI, and look at some of the services, the solutions, as well as all of the collateral and materials that we have available and at your disposal to best serve your customers. As you can see from the picture here, ACDI has this very state-of-the-art building that sticks out like a sore thumb around Napa Auto Parts and some other local businesses here in Benton, Arkansas. This is such an old picture that I don't think that any of our employees own any of these vehicles anymore. So one thing you can rest assured is that as the year changes, most of ACDI's employees often get new cars. So you see our Arkansas flag there, as well as our ACDI flag. We are the largest PaperCut distributor in the world. We operate in the U.S., Canada, and Latin America. So if you're joining us from our northern or southern border today, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and first we're going to talk about ACDI and some of the solutions as well as services that we offer to you and your customers. This is slated for an hour. These never last an hour. We're going to do this twice a month, and each session will be about PaperCut, PaperCut MF, or PaperCut Hive. We will also discuss things like KPAX, our fleet management solution. We'll think things like Storyboard, ScanShare, ACDI hardware solutions like card readers from RFIDs and Elitech, as well as the coin ops that we offer. So we'll have different guest speakers throughout the session. Today, you just get me, probably the most caffeinated person here in our office. I believe that I went through and muted everybody as they joined. So you should be able to unmute, ask a question, chime in, say hello. Certainly, let's have a good time. So what you're seeing on the screen today is our new revamped website. If you hadn't had an opportunity to check it out, it is acd-inc.com. It is an interactive website that allows you to access all of our collateral, our reseller toolbox here, which we'll walk through, and multiple different ways to contact all of our teams. ACDI is essentially divided into 4 parts. We have our sales team, our professional services team that works on installs, building third-party integrations. We have our hardware team, and we have our accounting team. All of those divisions work in tandem to provide you and your customers with not only pre-sales support, but also post-sale, long-term maintenance and support, troubleshooting, configuration, customization questions as they utilize our products. This reseller toolbox is a handy way to jump in here and request a trial, request a demo. You can request MF trials or Hive. You can become a reseller. If there's anyone that joined this call, got my email today that is not already a reseller of ours, certainly you can get that going here. If you need to do any merchandise or licensing returns, you can send in proximity cards for analysis so that we can allocate the appropriate reader for your opportunity. This also allows them to pre-configure them for you before they even go out the door, so they're very much plug and play when they arrive at your office. You can also access this partner portal here, as well as get quotes for PaperCut MF and PaperCut Hive right from this giant box over here. The PaperCut Partner Portal link, if you don't have login credentials for this PaperCut Partner Portal, please hit me up after the call, shoot me an email, give me a call. We can absolutely get you set up with Partner Portal access. It may just be that someone else in your organization has access and they just need to go in here and invite a team member, get you added. What you will find here is tons of training material. There are sales and technical training modules here. Some of them take an hour, some of them are super in-depth and take 3-4 hours to complete. So whether you're looking for a basic sales training or a more technically advanced PaperCut installation training, all of that is available here. You can find tons of collateral as well as branding materials to make PaperCut collateral your own right here. You also can reach out to myself and ACDI's marketing team to allow us to help brand some materials for you if you like. There's all kinds of different stuff here that you can utilize. You can also find all the manuals and integration feature matrices here. So whatever OEM of device you are installing, you can find all those embedded manuals here, as well as customer searches to look at your existing customers, as well as generate NFR licenses for your showroom or demo room, as well as trial licenses for your customers if you want to install them. So 2 places you can do trials. We do harp on trials here at ACDI because trials with PaperCut have an 86% close rate. If we install a trial, they will buy it. 86% of the time, it works every time. If we jump back to our website here real quick. Back to our home page. What you'll find here is all of our different solutions. We talked about some of those. If you're upset with a annual price increase with your fleet management solution, let's have a conversation about that. ACDI has their own. If you are looking for a way to provide better analytics for not only PaperCut, but other softwares that your customers are using, so they don't have to spend a ton of money to employ a data scientist, let's talk about Storyboard. We have ScanShare as well, that's a newly released product in the US with us, as well as all of our hardware and CoinOps solutions. ACDI was started in 1994. If you didn't know that, there will not be a test later on that, but we started in the business building and selling CoinOps. So if you've ever walked into a library and pumped a dime into a box to paper a copy, that was probably one of ours. We still build them, can support them, and sell a ton of them across the US, Canada, and Latin America today. You're also going to find our resource hub here under our resources tab. This resources hub is a great repository for all of our marketing material. You can look at collateral based on product, type of material, blogs, videos, webinars, presentations. You can also come up here and look at different solutions, different vertical markets, as well as specific pain points. So if you have customers that have given you a call and asked about specific needs, specific troubles that they are working through, check out this resource hub page and just click on the pain point you need and find tons of useful information that you can share with them as well. So I tend to, the first session of the year, of the month, I tend to focus on our flagship product, which is PaperCut MF. We are going to do a simple walkthrough of the dashboard today. As you may have already figured out, I'm not one for slide decks. I think slide decks are boring, and will do my utmost to never show one on this webinar ever. If you do want some of the materials and links that I am using today, just hit me up afterwards. We can certainly get those out to you. But this is demo.papercut.com. Even if you're not running an NFR in your showroom, you can pull this up and play with it, and you can try to break it. Every time you log out and log back in, it reverts back to its natural state. The username is admin, and the password is password, all lowercase. For those of you who don't know, that entire front page is customizable. All those green graphics can be whatever logos, organizational graphics that your customer is putting in there. Really just make it part of their own. You can also eliminate this PaperCut MF here as well as on that home screen to make sure that it just has their own company logo there. I'm hoping that everyone on this call has at least seen this dashboard before. If not, welcome. PaperCut is the leading print management software globally. We are the only print management software that is an enterprise premier partner with Google. And we were the Google preferred alternative to the end of life of Google Cloud Print when it went away at the end of 2019. I am going to drop a little poll into the chat here while we're doing this, just to really get an idea of everyone's comfortability level with ACDI products, and most specifically our flagship product, PaperCut. So go ahead and take a second and answer the poll. I'm going to grab a sip of my coffee. I have my 8th cup today.
And that one's just called Selling for.
All right, so far so good. Most people are understanding it. They're getting to get PaperCut and ACDI products and ready to sell. A couple people that are excited but need a little more. So we're going to dive into this a little deeper today. We're going to take a look at what it looks like from an administrative side on the dashboard, as well as what it looks like for a customer on the glass of the MFP or on their workstation. When you log in here, what you see is this general overview of your printing environment. You'll see all of your devices listed here. If they're low toner, they're offline, they're out of paper, you're going to get those notifications here. You're also going to see how many pages they printed today if there's no error messages on those devices. When we install PaperCut, what you're also going to find, you're going to find some environmental impact information here. Any organization with a Go Green initiative absolutely loves these reports that we can run from this environmental impact perspective. You can also run fun reports like your most polluting employee reports or your most green employee reports. But when I'm doing a demo, I always show the most polluting because that always gets a chuckle out of our customers. PaperCut puts out about 4 to 6 upgrades to the software a year. As those new versions become available, as they do patches and updates and add more features, all those will be available under this News tab. When we install PaperCut, we're going to sync it with their directory source. So whether that's Windows AD, Azure AD, Google Cloud Directory, we're going to sync it with that to pull in their user's full name, their email address, their home directory, maybe a department or office, even PIN numbers or proximity card numbers if they're using them for door access or some type of authentication in the building already. This will create this massive list of users here. Under the Users tab, what you're going to find, and you probably already noticed if you haven't looked at PaperCut before, is that it's super easy to play with. From an administrative side, it is the easiest print management software to navigate on the market. Anyone using any other print management software in their organization, when they see PaperCut for the first time, that is one of their first comments, that, wow, this is incredibly simple to navigate. And that's what PaperCut loves about it. If you click on one of these users here, let's say that Abel here has abused his printing privileges. He needs to be in timeout for 10 minutes, an hour, a week, a month, or let's just turn him off indefinitely. 2 clicks right here, this person can no longer print in their environment. We also can say how we want to charge this customer or this user for their printing jobs. We can charge to a personal account. We can show them a standard account selection, which allows them to drop down a menu of a couple various reports that they may be working for, whether they're working for a couple different buildings, a couple different departments, if they're in a school and this is a teacher but also plays an administrative role, they're able to allocate those print jobs right on their workstation or on the glass of the MFP for whatever department they are printing, copying, scanning, faxing for. An advanced account selection tab, this is going to be configured for your law firms, your architectural firms, any organization that's doing that client bill back and looking for that billable hour. They may be billing back those clients for prints, copies, scans, faxes, all that functionality. And I'll show you how you can also just generate invoices for those accounts right out of the software here. PaperCut also allows for delegated print release. So if users are working from home, maybe they need to send a print job to the office from the coffee shop or the courtroom they're working in down the street. They can queue up a print job to be held in that virtual queue, allocate a different user or groups of users to release print jobs for this individual, and we'll create those here, and then this person can release print jobs at the office for all of the remote employees that may be sending jobs to them for release. Any type of card authentication, PIN number, proximity card. Users can also self-associate those PIN cards, those proximity cards right on the MFP. They walk up, they scan that badge. PaperCut says, hey, we don't recognize you, do you mind logging in? They put in their username and password from their Windows, Azure, Google directory source, and that allocates that to this user account, and the next time they scan that badge, they're automatically logged in. Let's drop down to some of the reporting that's built into PaperCut here. There's about 85 built-in reports here. All of these reports, except this executive summary report here, is available in PDF, HTML, and CSV format. All of these reports are available for whatever time frame they want. This month, last month, the last 7 days, yesterday, or an ad hoc. So let's look at this print users report under this ad hoc. We'll choose it in PDF. There's a ton of attributes that we can pick here. We can break it down by department, job types, if we just want to see prints, copies, if we want to see groups of printers or from specific print devices, and then whatever format we want here, we're just going to confirm that again. If we run that report here, this is going to pop up a top-down breakdown of our largest print users. If this is the easiest way to see 90% of an organization's printing pain points. It's going to show you that everyone prints color, no one prints grayscale, no one prints double-sided. It'll tell you the total pages, the jobs, and the cost of all that. That cost structure is configured by us when we do the installation on a cost per page or cost per standard charging scheme, like different size papers, your color and grayscale, etc. Whatever charging scheme they want for this reporting or client bill back, we can configure on the front end. Well, we obviously see that Sun McClellan is our biggest user and is certainly costing us the most money with these print jobs. If we jump back in here, we can also run reports on individual printers, looking at the busiest printers reports to see where all of our volume is coming from. We also can break this down by individual printer usage to help with the right sizing of fleets for organizations. This also allows us to reroute jobs from those single function printers that we don't control or we don't have a MPS contract on to the devices that we do. And so if your customer has several single function printers that they went out to Staples or Walmart and purchased, we can reroute jobs based on a cost or a number of pages to those larger MFPs and force people to get up, walk across the hall, log into one of those devices and release that print job. This also saves them money and makes you more. Groups of users, we haven't looked at the groups tab yet, but groups can be configured by any group of users, buildings, floors, and allocated in whatever method that you need. Your accounts, if we're doing bill back, several organizations have third-party billing software that they use. Things like Tabs 3, Clio, QuickBooks. The list goes on and on and on of the possible third-party billing softwares that your customers may be using. PaperCut and ACDI specifically has built about 40 of those integrations from scratch in-house that we have operating in the field today. If you have a customer that is using a third-party billing software, this allows us to create a custom report that is in the language that that billing software needs, and we can allow for an easy 2 or 3 click process to export that file, upload it into that billing software at whatever time frame they need, and those integrations are available with the purchase of PaperCut. You can also generate invoices right out of the software here. So looking at your shared account, print, copy, scan, fax breakdown, let's take a look at this in a PDF for the last 30 days. This is going to show us every account on one page. So if we need to snip this page, if we need to print this page, mail it out to our customer for bill back, we, with that branding portion of PaperCut, you can put your own logo up here so that it doesn't say PaperCut when you mail it out. But generally, essentially run those reports right off, mail those out or email them out and get paid. Under our printers tab here is where we're going to find all of our list of devices. You're also going to find them under this devices tab too, but I'll show you why there's 2 different ones here in a moment. So from a printing perspective, this is where we're going to manage, as you can imagine, all of our printing. If we jump into one of these devices, let me back up here, let's click a different one. There we go. If we're able to collect the toner standards from those devices, you're going to see the black, the different colors. Here, you'll see those percentages, and you can configure notifications to alert you when those toners are low if needed. Several of our dealer partners have those notifications configured to alert them rather than the customer when these toners are low, so that they can auto or make sure that they have toner when they need it. Under this charging scheme, we talked about this, the different structures that we have, the simple one cost per page or a more standard charging scheme. If you're running wide format or Y plotters, we can charge by length, area, all that information there. Those filters and restrictions, this allows us to control that print environment from a very fine grain level. We can convert jobs from color to grayscale for all users or specific groups of users. We can convert jobs from simplex to duplex, deny jobs based on a cost or a number of pages, reroute them to other devices. Also, one of my favorites here is denying duplicate print jobs within a certain time frame. As we do that, this will eliminate those trigger-happy folks that'll queue up that same print job 4, 5, 6 times. Even in a PaperCut environment where they are running a virtual print queue, if they queue up that print job 4, 5, 6 times, they're going to get it in their queue to release 4, 5, 6 times. If they walk up and log into that device and choose print all, they're going to get that many copies. So putting this rule in place eliminated that waste there as well. All of these will create a pop-up on your customer's workstation when they break one of these rules. If they hit Control P or File Print and choose the PaperCut print queue that they need, once they choose print, they'll get a notification that says, hey, this is too many pages, this is too many color pages, this job has been rerouted or converted based on the policies that you have in place. You can also put in your own custom pop-ups with this scripting tool. PaperCut calls these recipes. You can enforce print policies and put in environmental warnings. My favorite one here is, well, one of my favorites is routing jobs to the cheapest compatible printer. This pushes jobs away from those single function printers to the MFPs as well, and to confirm printing emails in color. It is certainly my favorite. I always show this. This will create a pop-up. This is available for Outlook and Gmail. It'll create a pop-up for your user that says, please consider canceling this job and reprinting black and white. This is a customizable message. We do have an administrator at a school district that has a pop-up that says, would you like to spend your next raise on this color print job? Certainly have some fun with it. We have several customers that are having fun with this and being as cheeky or as serious as they need to be. Another place where you can run some reports is this job log here. Underneath the logs tab as well. Print archiving is a feature that's built into PaperCut but turned off upon initial installation. If you turn it on, you can actually take a snapshot of all the documents that are printed in your organization. It'll ask you how long you want to keep jobs for and to stop if free space on your network falls below a certain number of megabytes. It is designed to not overload the customer's existing infrastructure. Which actually brings me to a good point. If people are installing PaperCut, it can be installed on-prem in a private cloud, like they're using Azure, AWS, Rackspace, or it can be hosted by us here at ACDI. We do offer that cloud hosting service through AWS, and we have several clients, both small and larger enterprise organizations that we are hosting PaperCut for now. And so, yes, PaperCut Hive is the new native, shiny, cloud-native platform from PaperCut, but we still also can offer this flagship, fully functional product at a cloud-hosted option for your clients as well. PaperCut is also operating system agnostic, so Windows, Mac, Linux, Novell, whatever operating system they want to use, and whatever devices they want to print from, laptops, tablets, Chromebooks, cell phones, doesn't matter, we can track, manage, control, and enable it all, as well as OEM agnostic, so any brand of copier that you're selling, that your customers have, that they bought from Staples, PaperCut can track those machines. They may not be able to be embedded, depending on the age of them, but they absolutely can be loaded into PaperCut and the prints tracked to them. Check out this Devices tab. Again, you're going to see your list of devices here. These are going to show you your devices that have copy, scan, fax functionality. We're going to configure our scan actions under here. PaperCut's integrated scanning allows for a simplified user workflow that is tailored to those specific users. This allows you to create any number of scan actions that an organization needs with no limits. And those scan actions can be to emails, folders, cloud storage platforms, as well as our new scan to fax options that are included with version 21 as of last year. My demo has not been updated to allow me to do that yet, but it's there on new version. When we create new scan destinations, we can set it to use the user's email address or home folder, or custom email addresses or shared folders. With cloud storage, the list is pretty decent, and for the most common cloud storage platforms, PaperCut allows for the use of single sign-on with all these cloud storage platforms. Users create a token that is verified by an email that they receive the first time they log into this cloud storage under their PaperCut account, and the next time they walk up, they don't have to log in again. It's tied to their PaperCut account. They log in, choose scan to Dropbox, start scanning. That scan to fax functionality here, this also allows for a basic SMTP scan to fax functionality, as well as integrations with some of the more common or most commonly used fax services like WriteFax, GoFax, eGoldFax, Xmedius. If your customers are using those, healthcare is probably still the organization that is doing the most faxing across the board. As an organization, ACDI has added about 150 healthcare organizations in the last 5 months. And so healthcare is a huge opportunity for growth in any organization that may be joining the call with us today. Keep in mind that when I mention healthcare, you probably only think of the large hospital systems in your area, but Google things like behavioral health or long-term or extended care facilities in your area. You will be inundated with long lists and maps of potential small clients that have a few things in common. They are all out of HIPAA compliance in one way or another that PaperCut can help with. Most of them have their own buying power, even though they may be part of a larger hospital system, and they all would benefit from a conversation or a call or a stop in and talk to you guys. Under our Enable Printing tab here, this is our Print Deploy. Print Deploy is not the newest feature of PaperCut, but probably one of the coolest. If you're familiar with printer logic or some other types of ways that folks are deploying print queues to their users now, whether they're using their group policy or they're using Intune or Jamf, this is a built-in tool to the software that allows your IT administrators or your tech guys to configure all the print queues in an organization that they want to deploy. They're going to configure those right on their workstation, whether it's their laptop, their desktop. We're going to clone those. We're going to set them up for the operating systems that they need. We can and then deploy them out to everyone in an organization that has a PaperCut account or divvy them up by different zones. The caveat here is included with base PaperCut licensing is this everyone zone. This is this full range of IP addresses and all users. This single zone is not customizable with every PaperCut license. If you have customers that would like to deploy different print queues to different zones, then they will need that advanced print enablement pack, one-time license add-on with a little bit cooked into the support cost there annually to create as many zones as they want. If you have an organization that has a building, we'll say that this is floor 1, and they want to have the floor 1 print queue here. We're going to connect that to the zone. We're going to set this as the default for this zone too. So all of our users in this IP address range will then get this print queue as soon as we hit save and deploy. And if they move to floor 2 and change subnets that they're on within the organization, these printers are automatically going to update for them. And so This makes it very easy if someone ends up with a print driver, or they need to update a print driver, or they need to package these virtual print queues a little differently because they have new devices, or need to make edits. They're able to do this from one workstation, clone this, send it out to everybody. Everybody has the most current up-to-date driver and print queue available to them, regardless of where in the organization they are. Keep in mind that with this everyone zone, which a lot of our customers mostly take advantage of, that they can deploy out this virtual print queue that allows them to print across multiple subnets and release from whatever device they are standing in front of at the time. If they queue up a print job in Atlanta, they don't pick it up in Atlanta, they get on an airplane, they fly to Los Angeles, they log into a device there, they can see that print job and release it from there if we've configured it that way. As long as locations are network connected together somehow, this is a great solution for them. I want to talk a little bit about ACDI support for your PaperCut customers. All of your customers are required to have support in order to be eligible for the upgrades to the PaperCut software. So those 4 to 6 upgrades a year is often why our customers make sure that they are current and up to date on that maintenance and support. Some of the other things that are built into that support you may not be aware of. So your customers are eligible for phone, email, and remote-in support with our teams if they have any troubleshooting, configuration, customization questions. They want to figure out how to create a custom report or set up a different workflow. Our support team wins awards as voted on by the copier dealer industry year after year after year, like 6 years running. So you can certainly rest assured that if your customers reach out to us, we're going to take great care of them. Something else that is included with our Plus support is annual dashboard training. Our Plus support is our advanced first in, first out service for your customers. It is the support level that we sell most commonly. If those customers are interested, we will schedule with one of our engineers a 1-hour session with them each year to run through their dashboard, show them all the new features that are available. We'll even conduct a system health check for them as we run through that with them to make sure that they are utilizing PaperCut to its fullest advantage, that they are aware of the new features that have become available, as well as making sure that just things are running smoothly in their environment. And so if you have customers that are not taking advantage of those support tools, I would encourage them to do that. And jumping back to our website here, I do want to make sure that we show you where you can go to contact support on that website. If you hover over the support tab here, there is multiple ways to contact our support team here under software support, as well as any hardware support or even Latin American support here as well. So feel free to share this with your customers, engage our teams. We are absolutely here to help. And so I'm going to conclude our PaperCut conversation today so that we can talk a little bit about some of the resources we have available to you for helping with opportunities with your customers. Myself, my team, all of our regional solutions managers and regional solutions directors here at ACDI are at your disposal to help with customer conversations, customer demos, proposing PaperCut. Invite us to your QBRs with your customers. There is no greater tool to you guys than your existing customer fleet. Those customers some of them are long-term customers, some of them are brand new. But you guys have built a relationship of trust and confidence with them that allows you to sometimes position whatever products you may have for them. Looking to grow your PaperCut business, maybe even your solutions business, should start with those existing strong customer relationships that you have with them. Engage our teams for demos and conversations with them. Put in a free trial for them. Heck, buy them one embedded license, install it in their environment, and they will absolutely want to install it on the rest of their fleet. I did talk briefly about what it looks like on the glass of an MFP. I do want to jump in there real fast to show you. Not because I don't think you've seen it, but this is another great tool that PaperCut provides us. and this is this knowledge base. This is papercut.com/KV as in boy. And I have several things earmarked that I pull up most frequently, but under this Find My MFP, it can be Find My MFP too, whichever way you type it in, or you can simply go to this copy tracking and control. This is just how I have it earmarked here. This is going to show you the base login screen on an MFP, as well as every manufacturer of device that PaperCut functions with, and that's on the market. If we pull up just this one of these top ones here, I'm only going to go to Konica Minolta because I know these pictures are great. There are walkthrough videos of people actually interacting with PaperCut, as well as a more in-depth walkthrough of what it looks like specifically on the glass of these devices. This interface is virtually the same across all manufacturers, and so whatever one you click on here, whichever pictures or walkthroughs you want to use, you can certainly grab the one that makes the most sense for you. And then down below here, you're also going to find some information about embedded models that are supported, as well as a very exhaustive list of devices under every manufacturer that are supported. That is searchable. So if you have a question about whether or not an older device is supported with an embedded PaperCut license, or you want to know what's required specifically on an OEM of device to install PaperCut, jump into this knowledge base, type it in the search bar, you can pull it right up. Alrighty, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen here so I can jump back on camera here. You may have been able to see me throughout the entire presentation, which I'm hoping for. I do want to take a couple minutes. If anyone has a question or a comment they want to make, feel free to unmute yourself or type the question into the Q&A box at the top left there. I'm happy to stay on and join and answer any questions, have conversations as we go. But that concludes our presentation for today. We are going to have another one that will be focused on KPAX and PaperCut Hive on the 4th Thursday of the month, which is 2 weeks from now. At the same time, that link will go out on our website and be emailed across all of our platforms here in the next couple days. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing everyone on the next session.